The topic of climate change has been a contentious issue for decades, with scientists and mainstream media often being accused of spreading misinformation. While it may seem counterintuitive to suggest that scientists who are trained to uncover the truth, and the media, whose role is to inform the public, would intentionally deceive us, there are several reasons why this might be happening. One of the primary reasons scientists and mainstream media may be perceived as lying about climate change is the complexity of the issue itself. Climate change is a multifaceted problem that involves not only environmental factors but also economic, social, and political ones. The science behind climate change is often nuanced and difficult to understand, and scientists may oversimplify or exaggerate the findings to make them more accessible to a wider audience. Additionally, the media may sensationalize the issue to grab attention and boost ratings, rather than providing a balanced and accurate representation of the facts. Another reason scientists and mainstream media may be accused of lying about climate change is the influence of special interest groups. Many organizations, including corporations and governments, have a vested interest in downplaying the severity of climate change or casting doubt on its existence. These groups may fund research that supports their agenda or provide misleading information to the media, which can then be spread to the public. For example, fossil fuel companies have been known to fund studies that question the link between human activity and climate change, and these findings are often reported in the media as if they are equally valid to the overwhelming scientific consensus. The role of governments in shaping the narrative around climate change is also significant. Governments may have a stake in minimizing the appearance of climate change, particularly if they are heavily invested in industries that contribute to the problem, such as fossil fuels. By downplaying the issue or spreading misinformation, governments can avoid implementing costly regulations or making significant changes to their policies. This can lead to a lack of transparency and accountability, as well as a misinformed public. Furthermore, the way science is communicated to the public can also contribute to the perception that scientists and mainstream media are lying about climate change. The scientific method is based on skepticism and debate, and scientists often disagree on the finer points of a particular issue. However, this disagreement can be exaggerated or distorted by the media, giving the impression that there is more uncertainty about climate change than there actually is. Additionally, the media often focuses on the most extreme or attention-grabbing aspects of climate change, such as catastrophic weather events or apocalyptic predictions, rather than providing a balanced view of the issue. It's also worth noting that the concept of lying may be too simplistic when it comes to the complex issue of climate change. While some individuals or organizations may intentionally spread misinformation, others may be acting in good faith, but still contributing to the problem. For example, a scientist may genuinely believe that their research supports a particular viewpoint, even if it is later proven to be incorrect. Similarly, a journalist may report on a study without fully understanding its limitations or context, leading to an inaccurate representation of the facts. In conclusion, the perception that scientists and mainstream media are lying about climate change is complex and multifaceted. While there may be some instances of intentional deception, it is more likely that the issue is due to a combination of factors, including the complexity of the science, the influence of special interest groups, and the way science is communicated to the public. To address this problem, it's essential to promote transparency and accountability in science and journalism, as well as to support independent and fact-based reporting. By doing so, we can work towards a more nuanced and accurate understanding of climate change and its implications for our planet. Ultimately, it's up to each of us to be critical consumers of information and to seek out credible sources when it comes to this critical issue.